And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Anthony Averett picks it. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20.
Showtime today, baby.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Now this time an interception return for another score. Here's Hill now after the interception. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Boy, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. A first down and more for Jacobs. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted in. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Eluding the, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Another try after the first down sack. Hill. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Here's Hill. And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not...
And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Callaway, the return man. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. On first down, Hill steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 15.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Here's Carr to throw.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
On 2nd and very short, Hill. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Back to throw, Hill. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Hill looking to throw for it. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator
and the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there.
On the return is Callaway. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Hill. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Now that That was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Hill. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hill now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Marr is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So little by little, the better of these two sides starting to become more and more apparent.
3 points is not a knockout blow in the 3rd quarter, but when the other guys haven't shown they can do anything, they don't have any points, this is looking pretty good. Maybe not a knockout blow, but a good stiff jab, that's for sure.
And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Carr going to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Carr.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun, it's Carr. He'll swing this one out to Richard.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Carr.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. There he goes left side. On the end zone, he got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Hill looks to throw, and he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now it's Hill. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll turn to Kamara. Here, he'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that loud.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And got his man complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And no return forthcoming for Richard, as this will come out to the 25. On first down, Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a play fake. Carr. A big play there for the Raiders. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Carr to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they've been on the same.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded right at the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really